All right, let's dive right into this explainer. The number one question people always ask is how on earth they're supposed to start investing when their bank account is literally sitting at zero. We hear all the time about the magic of compounding or putting money to work in the stock market or into some brilliant new startup, but what if you're starting with absolutely nothing? It's the ultimate catch-22 for every ambitious young person or college student out there. You need money to make money, right? So, how do you actually generate that very first income? If you're starting from scratch, the barrier isn't a lack of investment knowledge, it's a sheer lack of initial capital. You simply need a reliable, practical way to make your first batch of money before you can even think about calling yourself an investor. To crack this, we're going to walk through a simple, highly effective roadmap. We'll cover 1. The dilemma, 2. Digital skills, 3. Scalable assets, 4. Personal branding, 5. Wealth investing, and 6. The network. So, starting off with number 1, the dilemma, overcoming the initial financial hurdle. Look, the biggest gap we face isn't knowing where to invest. It's making that massive jump from being a consumer with zero capital to a creator who's actually earning their very first rupee. You can't just skip to the left side of this equation. You've got to conquer the right side first. It's all about building cash flow from your own sweat equity before you can make your money sweat for you. Moving right along to section 2, digital skills, coding and freelancing. Now, it's pretty well known that titans like Bill Gates built their massive empires by learning to code super early on. But honestly, you don't learn it just to copy them. You learn it because the entire world has fundamentally shifted. I mean, think about it. Your phone, your washing machine, the microwave, your TV, literally everything runs on software right now. Every single device we touch is programmed. So if you just use some of your free time to Google how to start coding and pick up a language, you are instantly unlocking this world of global opportunities. But hey, if coding totally isn't your thing, no worries at all. Freelancing for startups is without a doubt the easiest way to monetize other skills. Startups usually don't have those massive corporate budgets to hire full-time staff, so they rely heavily on freelancers. You can learn things like graphic design, SEO, social media management, or even writing YouTube video titles online for absolutely free. Then boom, just set up a profile on a platform like Fiverr, set your rates, and let the startup clients come straight to you. That brings us to section 3, scalable assets, online courses and e-commerce. And this is a really fascinating stat. India has rapidly exploded into the second largest e-learning market in the entire world. The pandemic completely flipped how we view education, right? People couldn't go to physical schools, so they turned to their phones and computers. The demand for online learning just skyrocketed, making this a massive, wide-open playground if you've got something valuable to teach. But here is the absolute secret sauce. Instead of trying to compete in the ultra-crowded English market, you can build online courses teaching coding, social media, or public speaking entirely in regional languages, where the demand is just off the charts. Think about it. There are millions of people in smaller towns and villages wanting to learn how to make money or manage their digital presence, but they need the information in Hindi, Malayalam, Punjabi, or other regional dialects. If you can bridge that gap, you're looking at a highly lucrative online business. And the scale here is wild. Experts are projecting the online business and e-commerce market to hit an astounding $200 billion in just the next 4 to 5 years. That is an unimaginably huge pie, and you only need a microscopic sliver of it to completely change your life. Because, let's be real for a second, we're all getting a little lazy. We want absolutely everything delivered directly to our smartphones. Nobody wants to trek 2 kilometers to buy something when they can just get it with 2 taps from their couch. So if you can find a cool local product that isn't easily found online and sell it through your own digital storefront like Shopify, you are sitting on a literal gold mine. You're solving the modern consumer's ultimate craving, which is pure convenience. Which leads us perfectly into section 4, personal branding, leveraging your digital identity. The source material actually calls these the no excuses platforms. And it makes total sense. Whether you love being on camera for YouTube, maybe you prefer writing articles on Medium or LinkedIn, or you just want to talk into a mic on a podcast without ever showing your face, there is a perfect format out there for you. The crucial thing is you must start putting out content daily about whatever it is you're learning, politics, internet trends, money. Just start documenting it for at least 1 minute every single day. Because once you build a strong personal brand, the whole dynamic completely shifts. You stop chasing. If you dedicate just 2 to 3 solid years to building your brand and actually providing value, you're going to reach this amazing point where you literally never have to ask for work or clients ever again. They will automatically start coming to you because they already trust your expertise based on the content you've been consistently sharing. Now for Section 5, Wealth Investing, Compounding Your Initial Earnings. Okay, the key takeaway here is you have to start small. Take 1,000 or maybe 5,000 rupees from those side hustles and just put it into the market. You actually want to risk making a few mistakes early on with your own money so you can really learn the ropes of stock trading or crypto. And then, once you master it for yourself, you can graduate to that final step of managing money for others and earning a solid commission. That is how you exponentially scale your wealth. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking you're way too young for this, consider this. A 20-year-old was recently featured in Forbes for mastering stock trading and making some truly incredible money. Age is completely irrelevant here. If a 20-year-old can figure out the markets well enough to get recognized by Forbes, you absolutely have the capacity to learn this stuff too. Finally, we arrive at Section 6, the absolute climax of our roadmap, the network, the ultimate career accelerator. Look, you could be the most talented person in the room, but you still need the right people at the right time to truly unlock your potential. So make this a non-negotiable daily habit. Reach out to exactly one new person every single day. Slide into a DM on Instagram, connect on LinkedIn, or just shoot a quick cold email. That super simple one-a-day habit that translates to 365 brand new connections a year. And the best part is you don't need all of them to respond. You literally only need one single person to say yes, to offer you a project, or to introduce you to the right mentor, and it can completely change the entire trajectory of your life. So, now that you know the exact pathways to generate that crucial first income and crush that initial capital dilemma, let me leave you with a pretty provocative question to chew on for our next explainer. What are the massive future industries that the world's absolute richest people, titans like Mukesh Ambani and Bill Gates, are quietly pouring their immense wealth into right now? Keep that question in mind, and I'll catch you next time as we dive into the sectors of tomorrow.